Rap fans thought they had seen it all: beefs, betrayals, breakups, and makeups. But then one explosive track dropped, and everything changed. This wasn't just another round of Twitter exchanges and mild insults. This was a diss track that escalated into something no one could have predicted. A savage takedown, lawsuits looming, and an artist who risked it all to pull hip-hop back to its roots. And somehow, in the most shocking twist, this one song ended up sweeping the Grammys, reworking the very foundation of modern rap battles. Hip-hop is no stranger to heated rivalries. We've watched legendary beefs erupt and fade, but this particular saga had a different edge. It wasn't just clever one-liners or cryptic bars. It combined unstoppable streaming success, personal accusations, and allegations so bold they ignited a legal firestorm. Fan theories erupted, think pieces flourished, and social media went into overdrive. Now it stands as the only diss track in history to trigger a full-scale lawsuit, break streaming records, and claim not one, not two, but multiple Grammys. How did we get here? And what does this mean for Drake, Kendrick, and the rest of the music world? No one saw this coming. One moment, the music world was tuned into routine radio hits. The next, their feeds were consumed by a scathing diss track aimed at one of the biggest pop rap stars of our generation. Before fans could digest the first verse, controversies exploded around the track's harsh accusations. Within hours, streams soared into the stratosphere. Critics scrambled to dissect every line, suspecting hidden messages about lawsuits, underhanded deals, and hush-hush secrets. Word on the street suggested that behind the artistry lay an ironclad plan: unify an entire city behind a single record, push it to the top of the charts, and humiliate Drake like never before. Some called it petty, others hailed it as the essence of hip-hop competition, but nobody denied that it worked. And how? This song's unstoppable momentum grew so fast, it blasted open the doors to primetime coverage on major networks. It felt like every corner of the internet was chanting the same lyrics day after day. But that wasn't the whole story. When the controversy hit critical mass, it didn't just attract listeners, it attracted legal eyes too. Drake's team allegedly considered defamation charges, claiming the track's lyrics were pure slander. Rumors about hush payments, NDAs, and corporate interference took center stage, overshadowing typical rap gossip. Suddenly, this wasn't just about who's the better MC, but who might end up in court. Speculations about a massive lawsuit only fueled more streams. Fans dissected possible legal angles, analyzing which lines might prompt a lawsuit, which references were fair game, and whether the entire fiasco could be stopped in its tracks. But ironically, all that chatter only gave the track more publicity. People who'd never even listened to rap were now curious. They had to see what all the uproar was about, and that's how a diss track originally aimed at humiliating a rap titan turned into a mainstream phenomenon. And what happened next would shock everyone. The build-up to the Grammys felt electric. Blogs and talk shows posed the question: could a diss song really clean house at the biggest music awards? Surely not. Rap has historically been sidelined from major Grammy categories. Yet, like an unstoppable wave, the track was nominated for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and even Best Music Video. In a genre with a legacy of snubs, fans braced themselves for the worst. But then, the unthinkable happened. The track won everything it was up for: Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Music Video, and, in a mind-boggling twist, even claimed both Song of the Year and Record of the Year. Viewers watching at home couldn't believe their ears when the notoriously uncensored lyrics rang out on live television. The entire place seemed to erupt in collective disbelief and excitement. Could the Grammys really be endorsing such a brutal personal track? Apparently yes, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. For years, the Grammys faced criticism for being out of touch with hip-hop culture. Huge artists had boycotted the ceremony, citing unfair biases, racial disparities, and the overshadowing of genuine artistry by commercially safe picks. So how did we go from those protests to an openly controversial rap track, stealing the spotlight at the same event? The Recording Academy, under massive public pressure, began making drastic membership changes. Thousands of new voters were invited. More women, younger demographics, and diverse professionals. They launched initiatives like the Black Music Collective and Actively Proud, programs aimed at ensuring a more balanced perspective. These changes might have been slow to take effect, but the outcome was visible. This ceremony marked the first time in ages that an outspoken, hotly debated hip-hop record could sweep the biggest awards of the night, and in an unexpected twist, even artists who had once sworn off the Grammys returned, some performing live on stage. Somehow, the track that once symbolized savage hostility became a symbol of newfound unity, or at least a shift in the power dynamics of the music industry. Yet not everyone was celebrating. Opinions split among the legends. Dr. Dre loved the boldness, praising how a fierce diss track revived hip-hop's raw spirit. Kanye West called it a much-needed wake-up call, though he insisted that Drake might be down, but never out. Jay-Z looked on, quietly impressed by the artistry, while others privately wondered whether Kendrick and his city allies orchestrated a multi-layered scheme to dethrone pop rap's biggest name. The rumor mill kept spinning. Some whispered about an industry conspiracy to shut down Drake after he took legal actions aimed at this track's label. Others claimed it was pure business, capitalizing on controversy to rake in massive profits. But no matter which side you believed, it was obvious the entire music scene was changing. The next part of the story, however, was downright astonishing. As soon as the Grammy results went live, social media erupted. Memes multiplied by the second, capturing the shock on Drake's face, or at least the face that fans imagined he was making. Crowds in Compton held impromptu watch parties, cheering for Kendrick's watershed victory. Minor references and certified PDF file jokes flew around, generating non-stop debates. Even beyond the jokes, a deeper cultural shift was apparent. Younger rappers who had grown up seeing artistry overshadowed by streaming metrics realized that powerful lyricism and real risk-taking could win big. Newcomers took inspiration from the unexpected Grammy glow on a diss track, hoping to spark their own wave of raw expression. Bloggers hailed it as the return of rap battles to primetime, praising how it reminded everyone that hip-hop, at its core, is built on competition, authenticity, and fearless creativity. But still, the question lingered. Was Drake permanently dethroned, or just regrouping for another comeback? One thing is clear, this epic feud has rewritten the rulebook for how rap beefs can play out on the biggest stages. No one expected the Grammys to embrace the very track that triggered a potential lawsuit, yet it happened. And now, the industry is bracing itself for whatever comes next. Will more MCs see this as a template, aim high, get ruthless, risk legal battles, and maybe score international acclaim? Or will labels clamp down out of fear of legal fiascos, afraid that such brutally honest lyrics could lead to million-dollar lawsuits? There's also the looming possibility that Drake, bruised ego and all, might strike back. Even the harshest critics admit he's far from defenseless. History shows that major rappers rarely stay silent for long, especially when they have an entire legion of fans at their back. If anything, this roller coaster moment could be the spark for a new wave of sharp-edged, no-holds-barred lyricism, proving that rap rivalries are more alive than ever. And with the Grammys apparently ready to champion artistry in its most unfiltered form, there's no telling how wild this ride might get. So, where does it all end? We witnessed a historic clean sweep by a diss track, complete with lawsuits, behind-the-scenes wrangling, and a subtle but definitive win for authenticity in hip-hop. We saw a music industry giant like Drake seemingly cornered by powerful forces, including record labels and the Grammys themselves. We saw an entire city, and later an entire genre, rally behind the one MC who had the audacity to craft a game-changing record. Yet this is only the beginning. Rap feuds have always been dramatic, but the bar is now higher than ever. Legal threats, mainstream coverage, and unfiltered lyrics have shown that hip-hop isn't just about big beats or catchy hooks. It's about unapologetic storytelling, cultural commentary, and raw competition. Some say Drake is finished, but others believe he's simply regrouping. Meanwhile, Kendrick's triumphant stance suggests a shifting cultural tide. At the end of the day, this saga isn't just about two artists. It's about an entire art form reclaiming its passion and standing tall in the face of corporate meddling. Whatever comes next, whether Drake's response or another voice emerges to challenge the throne, one thing is certain: rap battles have re-entered the mainstream with more power than ever before. Only time will reveal how the final chapters unfold, and when they do, the world will be listening. Stay tuned. The diss track era is not over. It's only evolving.